need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for falling, so don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for falling, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for falling, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for falling, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for falling. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. 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 Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. Closer, closer, closer. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for falling, so I've been waiting for someone.
Just imagining Scuzz comes at you with a knife now when you come home.
Sometimes.
Aggressively pursues with back scratcher.
I mean, he is usually cooking, so you know.
Oh my god, that coffee mug. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
Perfect. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I love how
Alright.
it's such a big meme.
Let us get into this shit.
Reference am I missing?
Yeah, it is.
Ow.
But Thor's doing something.
No, I asked what reference am I missing?
Oh, it's a Final Fantasy 14 reference.
And then Thor stepped on my fingers and uh, made me click things.
Nice, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see who's not in here. I eat people. I see Slad Dad. I see Swamp Season. I see so yeah, it's no, and neither is Neon.
I'm not in there. Thor, get your butt out of my face, please.
It's
In the wrong game.
GG.
Okay, so we'll go over the quick summary. Last time you started off with visiting a enchanted little grove in the Caves of Hunger. Hearing a voice call to you, you found some delicious fruit on this tree, and the voice told you it was good to eat, and you soon found a dryad who was the tender of the grove. The grove came from the city of Yithrin, and unfortunately fell from the sky and landed there. And so because you treated her well, and because you made friends with her, she forgoed trying to keep you there in the grove for as long as possible by charming you, and instead gave you more fruits, and you headed off on your way. Very soon, you found you were being followed by some one-eyed monsters, not penises, but it seemed to be some sort of strange creatures.
Rarely
Big
am I being
green eyes.
followed by a penis. Usually it's leading the way.
Yeah. You followed the undead librarian or undead researcher back into or down like one of these tunnels, and you found yourself in a wide open cavern, which held the lost city of Yithrin. The icy causeway led you to the city, where you found that first thing, gravity was all fucked up in a good way, where you reoriented yourself to the ground here, and started exploring the city. Noticed that the strange creatures followed you there, and upon eventually confronting them, you learned from their weird gibbering and strange language, and giving them some food, that there were some things about the city that they could let you know of, which was, let's see, where were those lovely little tidbits? That there is Larthis, powerful Netherese archwizard who still watches over Yithrin, but has lost most of himself except for his head. There are giant floating hands made of magical forest wandering around the city. The Mythalar won't function as long as the spindle still is in the city. It's in Erolarthis's private spire. Also, to get into that spire, you have to do a ritual. They don't remember how to do it, but they said that there could be clues found around the city. And, yeah, that was their general gist of it. As you continue to walk around here, you saw some interesting sights and sounds. It seems to be some sort of arena here, and actually I realize I'll put, as they get pointed out, I'll mark them. Do a little bit of a drawing on the map. Whoops. Want that. God dang it. Freehand, free balling. Alright, so you got like a point of interest there. This seemed to be a point of interest here. This is the area that you eventually walked to that had all of the symbols on this like large gate that corresponded with the 8 schools of magic. I also pointed out there was a point of interest over here that you passed. That thing. And you eventually followed the undead researcher up to this building here. You are right now. On finding this building, you entered it and came and there was already somebody in here. As you looked around and saw the research assistant go and find some books, you saw a fox-headed creature, or bipedal fox-headed creature, walking around, yelling at a albino penguin who was pulling a cart filled with books. As soon as this individual came and saw you in the entranceway, they clapped their hands excitedly and started speaking. And I'll actually retcon this a bit. They started speaking to you in Infernal. And then when... I don't know if any of you know... I think actually Hirokin understands Infernal, right?
Yes.
I believe. Right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Devil research.
Yeah. Or primordial. He understands primordial.
And, wait, but you don't know Infernal?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. You've studied it, but you just don't know the language. That's funny.
I could order off a restaurant menu, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
You took your 1 quarter for Rex, and then that was it.
So, when you entered the what looks to be the library, this thing came up to you, looked at your, looked in your general direction, clapped its hands excitedly, and he said, "Ah, you must be the librarian. Scrivensky has need of your assistance." And then he gestures over and he says, "Come, Kingsport, bring that cart." And Kingsport's like, "Yes, master, coming." And as he shuffles over and he begins starting to talk to you all, that was when Valhalla felt a little bump at her side, where this giant penguin had shuffled over and had dropped what is a piece of leather into her hand, like a scrap of leather. And scratched into the scrap of leather is the words, "Help me." And so that's where we start, is in the library, as this strange fox creature is hopping about excitedly, just kind of starting to explain himself. And and this penguin has passed this note into Valhanna's hand. So we'll start, I guess, with the camera focusing on Valhalla, looking down in her hand, and then suddenly there's as a loud sound snaps you back into reality, Valhalla, as a book flies across the room and smashes into the bookshelf next to Kingsport. You look up and you see like a snarl, the teeth bared on Scrivensky, and he goes, "Kingsport, get back here, you dumb penguin! There's so many books that we need to be piling onto this thing. Stop abandoning your duty." And the little penguin, goes back over, picks up the kind of straps of the cart and readies himself. Kind of looks around in your general direction, but you notice that he is sightless. He does not have eyes.
Oh.
Okay, in all of that, Val was first staring down at her hand, and then kind of looking, straight up, wide-eyed, oh shit. Because just got handed this thing that says, "Help me," so, no idea what's happening. And then definitely just jumped like a motherfucker when the book flew at the bookshelf back here. And now I'm just, staring at the Foxman, just very... His name says Arcanoloth, but that's not what you called him.
Name says... Hold up. Name says... that.
Okay. I was like, that's not what you called him. So, Scrivensky was the one who first came up to us, right?
Yes. So he...
Okay, so I'm gonna go up and be like, how can I help? And kind of reach out, tropsing back behind Kingsport. and just be like,
Oh,
what can I do to help?
We already have a helper and a volunteer. So good, so good, so good. You'll be a very good help to Scriven Scry. You don't look like your librarians here, though. You don't dress like the rest of the sort that we've seen around the town. Dreadful place. It's in quite shambles. Poor things. Okay, so we are looking for the a book of keeping, or at least one of the many. So, I heard rumor that it could be here in this library. And I have yet to be able to find it. I have found some other interesting things here that I've put in Scriven Scry or in Kingsport's cart, but Scriven Scry is not able to find the books of keeping. Help me, please. You're all you're all assistants. Help Scriven Scry. Come.
Kingsport, what do you think? Where would you find a book like that?
I don't know. I'm not good at finding books. I just do what Scriven Scry tells me to do.
Yes, he's a good little penguin boy thing. He's good at his job, which is doing what he says or doing what Scriven Scry tells him to do.
Wait, if you're looking for a book in here, how long have you been in here? How did you find this place?
Oh, Scriven Scry and Kingsport have only been here but a day. We popped in. You know, usual method. Planar transport.
Right, yep. Usual, yep.
Would anybody
from
like
where?
some licorice? Scriven Scry has lots of licorice. The strange fox creature reaches into his pocket and pulls out a handful of black licorice strips.
Ooh.
Oh, my other fellow furred friend. You seem to be an academic type. I can tell by the pince nezes on your nose. Scriven Scry can tell. Scriven Scry can tell. Here, licorice.
Why, thank you. I'll happily accept the licorice.
I would like to walk to Kingsport and be like, Scriven Scry, I'm going to request Kingsport's assistance. I'm gonna look on this side of this bookshelf over here.
Request Kingsport's assistance? Why would you need such a thing? This oaf only knows how to
hold
pull...
to hold the books.
Oh. Give me a quick persuasion check.
Same reason you're doing it. Persuasion. It's not. Hold on. It's not letting me click my.
Nice.
I have no idea what I rolled. Oh, nice. No, that wasn't Val. That was very big butts. silly Verby. Get out of here.
Do you want to use any of your geniuses?
What? An 11 is gonna make it work?
You could.
I mean, I guess that does pop it over.
Hey, quick pause. Quick pause. That reminds me. One, Kalis is in a lamp. As soon as that book flew across the library floor and banged on the shelf, he just freaked out and went into his lamp. Something I was discussing. This is actually a rules or a rules slash thing that I want to get your buy-in on. So, proposal is that we start to use the option to take a flat 10 on a skill check that you are proficient in.
Yeah,
if you
I'm
wish.
all for that.
Sure, that's one of the things I like about the Pathfinder system.
Yeah. So
10 and
that,
20.
yeah, so that's what we'll do from now on. I'll write something to remind myself about it. But basically, I was thinking about it. I was like, it still allows you still for sure can take a, if you don't think that a 10, like a passing 10 or a mid 10 will do you well, you can always try to roll for higher, especially if the situation warrants that you might need to. However, it does give you the option to just be like, oh yeah, I'm really good at persuasion. I'm proficient in it. I should just be able to talk the pants off this, barkeep or something like that.
Yeah, for it trivializes
skill.
right. It makes trivial tasks truly trivial and not giving you a chance to just fumble it every time.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse. I was thinking about this
for
as like,
example, I have +4 in persuasion doing this super menial thing.
So a 14 should be pretty good for most cases, but
Level 12 rogue can't pick a bike lock.
Yeah, no. So that's the thing. Is like this is definitely especially a big thing for like once you get to any sort of higher level where your proficiency modifier starts to get above the base 2, where because I was thinking about it, it's like it still allows for funny things that if you do want to roll it to try to get something that's really high, there's a chance that you could get a 1, because basically anything in the range of like 2 to 5 is just like shitty. Just like a 1 funny because something you can always play off as something hilarious happens, but there's just like nothing to it when it's just like, oh, I rolled a 5, like a 2 plus 3. That type of
And
thing.
you still have the decision to make, thinking, do I think what I'm going to get like a 14? Do I think that's going to be good enough?
Yeah.
You still have to make that guess as well. It's not
Whereas
just a
in
guarantee.
many higher stakes places, like that would not
So,
fly.
is it a flat 10?
Yep.
Or is it 10 plus modifier?
Oh, it's 10 plus your
It's like
modifier.
you roll a 10.
You
Right.
would have rolled a 10. So yeah, we're gonna start doing that if you're all in agreement.
I'm fine with it as long as it's not under duress.
What do you mean?
Like in combat, trying to break down a door or something. Like I'll just take a 10.
No. It's mainly.
Like situations like this.
You're literally
right?
taking 10 minutes to do it.
Walking.
Yeah. It's situations of just like.
Yeah, it's
I
the way that
failed at
it's.
saying like, "Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
Penguin."
I don't think
He's
it makes
gonna
sense
help me.
for persuasion specifically, but like
I think
take
it
10
makes
is like taking
Oh,
10
it makes
minutes
sense
to
for
get a 10.
persuade. Well,
No,
we're just talking about
no. We
taking
wouldn't be.
a
No,
flat
it's not
10.
like
not
it's
just
taking
getting-
10 minutes. It's just the fact that you're not under pressure. It's just
Okay.
kind of like in a pinch situation of like, I gotta break down this door. It's like, no, you gotta roll to break down this door if you're in combat or something like that.
And I guess obviously you will make the final decision if this situation warrants it or not.
Yep.
If there are any like kind of questionable ones.
You got it. Okay, so we'll take that as a 14. And Valhana, you look up as Scriven Sky looks over to you for a brief moment after he's handing out the licorice strips to all the others, and he just kind of like looks at you, narrows his eyes for just a quick second, and he says, "Scriven Sky does not care. Kingsport can take whatever books and stuff. That fine. Just be back soon. And remember, we're searching for the books of keeping."
Bookkeeping.
Kingsport goes, all right, boss, and just waddles over in your direction.
So, what do these books keep?
Oh, it's funny you
words.
should ask. The books of keeping are quite important to us Yugoloths. You see, they are the true names of all the Yugoloths. And if you know a Yugoloth's true name, then, well, you hold power over them. I'm trying to find those books. Sorry, Scriven Scry is trying to find those books.
So you're telling me Scriven Scry is not your true name, then?
Of course not! Scriven Scry is just a silly name that Scriven Scry gave themselves.
Convoluted. I like it. I'll pull out one of my logs and start carving away.
Hyrokin, you would know about this, that like Yugoloths are the weird middle ground between devils and demons. They are the mercenaries for hire that basically go to the highest bidder, but just like any devil or demon or fiend, if you know their true name, then shit hits the fan.
Okay. Mr. Scriven Scry, if you're so concerned about the true nature of names, does someone perhaps also know your name? It's not common to see one of your kind on this plane of existence.
I should hope not. Scriven Scry would be up Shit's Creek if somebody knew Scriven Scry's real name.
I'm gonna guess it's Steven.
That is a ridiculous name. No. Or it could be. I don't know. No. Scriven Scry will have a much more important sounding name. Come, we are wasting time. Librarians to work. Find me that book.
I lean over to Demavand and say, "It must be Stefan."
It has an accent mark.
Steve.
It has an N yet.
That's not Alan. That's Steve.
I'm
Steve. Alan. Ellen. Al.
All right, come.
Ellen.
Let's stop mucking about over there. Find. Let's help Scriven Scry out and find this dang book. I'm sure it's here. One of them.
I
is.
just
Where have
looked
you
at-
already looked?
When we go to the other side, I am legitimately looking like on the shelves with like I am sincerely looking for the book of keeping, but I'm just kind of like trying to make conversation with Kingsport. Like,
Is this map really slow for anyone else?
It's
It is pretty big.
It's not
Weirdly
even-
enough, not for me.
Wow.
When I was-
what a
when I was trying to
unusual
type-
circumstance.
Might
Oh,
just
yeah,
be
it's
the
just-
texture.
It's the texture is also fucky wucky. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what were you saying, Valhalla,
Okay.
to Mr. Kingsport?
so just while they're all getting kind of the full story from Script Scry, I'm just like, so what brings you here?
I know, I'm just asked to always. I just go where Scriven Scry goes. When I was awakened by him, he told me that I would, get a life of enlightenment, and instead I was given a life of dodging books, licorice, and bad cuss words. Scriven Scry is not nice.
I can tell. What do you when you were awakened? I mean, do I know what that means?
Yeah, you've encountered
I mean, I'm
other
sure I
awakened...
should at this point because I played
the whale
the-
that you rode was an awakened whale.
Oh, the walrus too.
Okay,
The
so
walrus
he's a,
is an awakened
he's
walrus.
A, he's just a penguin, not like a penguin folk.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But he's nearly, I don't know how tall Vahana is, but this thing is 5 feet tall. 5 foot tall penguin.
Val's
Is a
like,
big bird.
Straight up emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Val's pretty tall. I
Still
think.
small compared to an ostrich.
How tall am I?
You hear calling out at
I don't
Vahana
know
as
how
you're
I am.
standing there talking to Kingsport. You hear like from the other side of the library as Scriven Scry is running around.
Kingsport, if I catch you slacking with that elf girl, you're going to catch the backside of this book I just found. It's quite heavy.
We're looking.
He can't look. Scriven Scry knows that Kingsport doesn't have eyes. He's useless in that regard.
I'm looking.
Fine.
I do have an
He's
assistant
just
who
an
can't
asshole.
What was that, Demoven?
see. Why do you have an assistant helping you out look for a book, but he can't see? Like, I don't. Am I missing
Well?
something?
What you Kingsport is a great lackey. Scriven Scry knows that Kingsport can't see, but this is just one instance where we are looking for a book. He does other jobs very well, like holding Scriven Scry's luggage and doing Scriven Scry's laundry and other things.
It sounds like he'd be pretty garbage at looking for a book, though.
Yes, which he has been. Scriven Scry has been here for hours and we haven't found jack shit.
To be fair, it sounds like you're pretty garbage
Yeah,
at it
it
as
sounds
well.
like you're just about as good as he is. In that
What?
regard.
Good managers own the failings of their
Now.
reports.
Scriven Scry would say that it sounds like you're criticizing Scriven Scry's managerial skills.
Yes.
I think not. Come, quickly, there's more books to sift through.
He starts
wanna-
sniffing books on one of these shelves and just starts throwing them on the floor.
Nope,
I think-
nope, nope,
I
nope,
think
nope.
we need to start talking about the union and if this is happening.
Oh my god, as a librarian, we need to keep the Scriven. We'll address that later because I'm on the other side of the room with Kingsport.
I'm gonna point Slugward at Scriven Scry to see if I get surface thoughts or if he says no.
Sure. Let us see. So, looking at
You're muted.
Scriven Scry, you yeah, you get the surface thoughts. which are just kind of like this crazy storm cloud of curiosity, and just kind of like it's just going a million miles an hour.
I'm gonna try something really dumb. I hope you
Oh,
guys are
yeah.
cool with this. I'm gonna look over to Scriven Scry. If I was going to read through a book and try to find names of Yuga sloths, what sort of name should it be? Something like yours? You can't tell it, but imagine it has to be somewhat similar. And I'm going to try to use detect thoughts, driving deeper while he's thinking about names, to see if I can capture what his name is.
Sure.
This will be tough, I know. I think it's a DC 15. I have to look it up again. Oh, DC 13. It's DC 13. So, yeah, we'll try it.
Okay.
Ah,
Alrighty.
gross.
So
It's a bonus action. Yeah.
the little squiddling little slugword's tentacles look in his direction, and you kind of catch him off guard as he's more or less like looking in, like sniffing one of the books and just kind of like talking to you over his shoulder. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just...
Ooh.
This could get spicy, so.
Okay. You just boonk, it just hits a wall.
I hold my head. Ow.
Scriven Scry looks up.
I think.
What was that?
Yeah. I don't know. Thinking's hard.
My head
just
tingles.
hurts.
Scriven
too.
Scry must have had a big thought. Ah! Maybe the book is across the way.
Thick AF. The thickest thought you've ever seen.
Squeeze one out.
I'm looking for books on elementals, by the way.
Okay. You can absolutely look for books on elementals. So what is everybody doing? Like right now, the Scriven Scry is just going nutso, just looking around and like just pulling books off shelves, sifting through books that are on the floor, looking through all the different rubble and stuff for anything. As you search, let's see. We'll first do this. Cool. Alrighty. I would love somebody to give me a D20.
Ooh. Pick me.
I win.
It's a 2.
Well, you can have another person because I need 2 of them.
Damn it.
Fuck you. And I rolled better than you.
Nah, or you don't
I
know.
don't know.
I mean, yeah, it could be worse.
Elf rules.
It's higher. It just means you aren't gonna get a crit on your spell.
Okay, so Kolra, as you're looking through the shelves, you find a very interesting book that seems to be pertaining to the history of Yithrin, actually, the city in specific, or the city
I
specifically.
immediately take it to Hyrokin.
Okay. Cool. So you hand it to Hyrokin. Hyrokin, you look through the book, and it contains a lot of strange information about Yithrin's kind of governing bodies and how this city of Netherese wizards was run. This one specifically was governed by a group of eight arcanists known as the Wizards of the Ebon Star. Their names and faces are immortalized in the city's museum.
They sound pretentious.
Hey, do you? Yes.
What's that supposed to mean?
If I have to here all day, just based on what we saw of the city, do we know where that museum would be?
You haven't seen anything that resembles one yet.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
And sorry, I missed that. Those are the 8 founding members for the city proper.
Yeah, the folks that govern the city.
Okay.
Just this one, correct?
Correct. Okay, and then Crix, as you're searching desperately for anything regarding elementals or any sort of things like that, you do find another tome that has some sort of some sort of once again Yithrin lore. This one is looks more like a journal of some sort, like a research journal, and it covers the writings of one particular wizard of Yithrin that was in charge of the expedition that apparently this city was headed to at the time of its demise. The Wizards of Yithrin were on a mission to find relics and ruins of Astoria, which is a 40,000-year-old empire of spell-casting giants.
Holy shit. So this city's old, but that's super old.
That's why they were this far north.
Interesting. I'd relay that to the group.
Okay.
Something about giants, old giants that did magic.
Scriven Scry gives 0 fucks. That is nothing about the Book of Keeping.
Yeah, aren't all giants old?
I mean, they have to be
No,
born
I think
eventually.
They're born old.
I don't think that's how giants.
No, it makes perfect sense because they're large when they're born, so therefore they must be old.
Yeah, see, Thad gets it.
Yeah.
You're
What's
both
down?
idiots.
What's down there? I point down below us.
Oh, that's just
Like a
some more
statue.
archives Scriven Sky went through there earlier. It seems that took a lot of damage when this dang city fell from the sky. All the books are crushed or just mush. Scriven Sky
probably
advises
where-
not to go down there.
Noted.
There are only 2
Now I
floors.
would like to go down there.
Yes, there's only 2 floors. Scriven Sky thinks this is a little bit of a shit library for a wizarding society that Netheril was.
Well, I assume most people would have had a substantial library in their own home.
Good point. After we all go through these
nerds.
books here for the rest of the day, then you will accompany Scriven Sky to the many towers on the outskirts of the city, right?
We kind of have
We're
our own.
paying our daily wage.
We kind of have our own thing going on right now. I mean, you know, we're here for now.
But you're
for sure,
librarians!
See,
Yeah, librarians don't go into other people's libraries
Yeah.
and start taking their things.
We're union, buddy.
And tenured.
He Scriven Sky sits down on like a broken chair sideways type of thing and just like thinks for a second. He goes,
You know what? That's a good point. Scriven Sky understands. Us Yugoloths are also more or less unionized. So, I understand.
unionized mercenaries.
I look up over to Scriven Sky. Scriven Sky. I point over here up to the north. You go through that door. It looks special.
That door?
Yeah,
Yes,
that one.
that just leads outside.
Oh fuck. Okay.
We
Well,
must
maybe
have
it's-
come in through a back entrance.
Maybe it's a different.
Nice.
Oh, I came in through a portal, you silly lizard.
I said we.
He thinks every we is him. All right, I'm gonna go look down here where the mummy was. Maybe the mummy's got something good. Hello, friend.
He is a stupid person.
the mummy looks up to you with his golden mask, and just like, research. And just
Yeah.
he's just slowly flipping through pages of a book. It's upside down.
Grad students.
Just for a random chance, is the book he's holding have anything to do with the Book of Keeping?
You look at it. It is actually a. No, it does not. But that it catches your eye because as he closes the book, as he's reading it backwards, closes it and like puts it on the table next to him. You now can see the cover of the book. On the cover of the book, there is a striking resemblance to the field that you saw, this like arena-like field that you saw on the near the entrance to the city when you arrived.
Yo, it's the fucking like stats of their baseball league. Like for X amount of years.
Is that? I'll just look at it, open it, flip it through real quick. Does it look like it's like an archive of sports events or things like that? Or?
There are illustrations and drawings because that's the only thing you understand out of this book because it's all written in Laros in that weird draconic mismatched language.
Also,
like-
Dad can't read.
Yeah.
Nope, I can. I just like picture books. That's all.
So it does show like depictions and drawings of 2 teams of 6 facing off against each other in that arena and like throwing strange metallic balls through the upright prongs of those lightning forks. and a depiction of like a beautiful goblet kind of trophy that's given to the victor team. But you have no idea what the fuck's going on in any of the drinks.
I'll bag it in case it comes useful later. It caught my attention, so I'll.
Okay. All right. Velen seems to be ignoring the task entirely, and is actually leafing through the books that were on Kingsport's cart. She, as you hear Scriven Scry like throwing some books around on the other side of the library, she looks back to you, Hyroke, and she says, "These books that he put on this cart, they may not be what he was looking for, but they are definitely worth something. They definitely have some sort of value.
Old books do have value. It's true."
She holds up one, and you can see that they seem to have been picked through, and she looks to you, Hyroken, and then she calls across the library. She says, "Oh, my lizard friend, see, Mr. Creeks, there's something here that might interest you, I think."
I perk up from the sifting through the books, and I just head over. What is it?
He tosses you a book about the elemental plane of fire.
Well, that's awfully convenient.
It seems that this Scriven Scry was gathering some books about all of the planes, including some of the outer planes. He gives Hyroken one that is basically a book about the 9 hells. And there's some other ones in here as well, like Pandemonium, what's the one of the City of Gears, or the Plane of Gears?
Mechanus.
Yeah, Mechanus, stuff like that.
Mech-anus, thank you very much.
These would be very, very, well, buyers would pay quite a lot of money for these tomes. They are quite extensive. Maybe we should, keep some of these.
Cora's already over there with a bag, starting to put stuff in it.
Okay, so after like an
careful,
hour or
Cora.
so, you all find nothing about the Book of Keeping, and you can see. Go ahead.
In that time, is it possible to maybe study some of like the shelves to see if there's like, I don't know, the magical Dewey Decimal System on some of these aisles or shelves?
Yeah, give me an investigation check, and if you are proficient in it, take a 10.
I am not, so I won't.
All right.
Nailed it.
Yeah, it's either because you can't read the Dewey Decimal System that it is there because it is in some strange language, or it's just been such a long time that all of the organization and writing here is just destroyed, and you're mostly just looking through a ruined library. Not
Go
much you
with
can
that
find.
one.
Huh?
That
Go
makes
with
more
that
sense.
one. It's maintain your ego.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, I imagine all the books didn't stay on the shelves when it fell out of the sky.
Yeah, no, well, they'll fall near their home, you know?
Wait, books have homes?
We're in one.
Oh,
Could I
The
also
library,
just,
Thad, yeah.
while we're doing this, I'm imagining I can kind of walk around with Kingsport a bit. But again, legitimately looking like, over these shelves and whatnot, see if there's anything that might catch my eye, but also just mainly interested in Kingsport. Why is he beholden to Scriven Scry? Is it just because, he awakened him, so it's like, oh, he's his servant, type of thing? And then what, just trying to get more information about that, and then what's keeping him there. I don't want to make like a whole, hour-long conversation, because it definitely could be that. So just,
he talks to you, and he basically says that he's with Scriven Scry because he doesn't know anything else. He doesn't know where you would go without Scriven Scry. Scriven Scry, gives him food scraps and keeps him fed, but the end of the day, he's like, I'm still a penguin. Basically one of those things where he
Lightbulb
knows.
Val wants to take him with them, but she knows better than to suggest it without first talking to Cora about it.
I thought you were gonna say the group, and then you said Cora, and that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Fuck that. No. Just needs
Rest
to
of you
talk
can
to
deal.
one sensible person in the group, and then
Hey now, Crix is sensible.
I said one sensible person, and that
Oh, I
person
thought you
would
said
be Cora.
the one sensible person.
No,
Okay.
I said one has to speak to one sensible person.
Slightly less offended then.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
as
I'm
the
picking my words carefully.
as the time of time passes and you can't find any of these books, Scriven Scry comes, pouting and sulking over back to the main entrance, and he sits down in a huff.
Scriven Scry is frustrated. I think that Scriven Scry thinks that Scriven Scry's sources were not accurate when they said that there was a book of keeping here in Yithrin. Such is life, but there's still some good finds. Kingsport! Kingsport! Come! As soon as I have enough rest, we'll be, as soon as Scriven Scry has enough rest, we are going to be leaving.
If I could inquire, Mr. Scriven Scry, you seem to have the ability to, conjure additional assistance through various means, whether awakening or whatever you did to that poor
Oh, I can't do
undergraduate.
I'd have to find another. Scriven Scry would have to find another scroll of awakening, and I don't have that type of thing right now. No.
And how about your undergraduate intern over there pointing to the mummy? How did? Why don't you just make more of those?
That mummy? Scriven Scry did not make that mummy, but does seem to be.
You see Scriven Scry stroke his furry chin, kind of like looks back and forth for an instant between the penguin and the robed mummy.
Where did that one
I'm
come
gonna-
from? Scriven
gonna
Scry
talk
doesn't
to-
remember this one being here.
I'm going to talk to, just before this conversation happens, I'm going to talk to, what's his face? Kingsport. When we go back, I was just going to say, just be useless. Just be absolutely useless. There's nothing he can do to you.
If I'm absolutely useless, he hurts me.
What does that do for him? It makes you more useless.
I don't know. I don't understand.
We won't let him hurt you.
Thank you.
Just be useless.
As Kingsport walks back over after you have this conversation, he comedically trips over his own cart and does like a cartwheel across the library floor and then lands on his face next to Scriven Scry.
Val is going to really hope that that was purposeful.
Scriven Scry kicks Kingsport in the head.
Get up, you dumb penguin!
Wait, that's pretty rude
Clumsy oaf!
there. You know he doesn't have eyes, right?
Yes.
You get what you pay for.
Scriven Scry knows this. Doesn't mean that Scriven Scry is stupid and doesn't realize that Kingsport is an absolute useless pile of penguin shit.
Then why do you keep him?
Yeah, that sounds like Scriven Scry's kind of dumb.
Scriven Scry has no other option.
Scriven
I-
Scry hasn't really tried.
I would find another
Uh,
option.
It sounds like you're lazy to me.
I'm gonna throw a book at Scriven Scry.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
Not like this, like do damage, but the same way he was doing it to Kingsport.
Okay.
Oh, he was doing it to
gonna
do
bully
damage to
this guy.
Kingsport.
No, yeah. So give me just a deck, like a D20 plus dex to see if you whack him in the head.
You're not proficient in book, weirdly
in,
enough.
In book flinging, no, you're not.
11.
Sails past him, it hits the table next to him, and he looks up sharply in your direction.
Who threw that at Scriven Scry?
How
Was
does
it
that
you,
feel?
you strange
As
old
he, looks,
apple
as
creature?
he looks at Thad, I'm gonna throw one from the other side.
Yeah, pretty sure. Just like any one of us.
Yeah. So there's a rain of books, like they all come flying.
I'm sure half the group is like, oh, I guess we're
I
doing
guess-
this now.
I guess mage hand, and like the mage hand raises its hand when he says who did that. Like the mage hand just raises its hand.
Oh.
Oh, jeez, Jim.
God, that's-
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Oh no.
So that one misses as well. The book flies over Scrivenscry's head.
Ah! Why are you throwing books? Scrivenscry cannot tolerate this. Scrivenscry is in a position of power, and you librarians are just workers. Kingsport, attack!
Kingsport looks at Scrivenscry, looks at the group, and is like, I don't want to.
You stupid bird! They're trying to attack me. They're trying to attack Scrivenscry, your master. Defend your master, you mangy bird. Flightless piece of shit.
I'm gonna call him over. I'm gonna call Kingsport over. Is it Kingsport? Follow my voice. Come stand next to me.
Where are you going? You strange, you stupid peg. Hey!
Scrivenscry reaches out and grabs the harness. But just-
I grab his
I-
arm.
I'd like to burn the harness.
Like, don't roast the bird.
Not the part on the part he's trying to grab. Like the straps. I'd like to burn off the straps.
This is the most tense non-conflict I've ever seen.
The mummy like looks up next to Thad, just like.
I know. That's pretty intense in here. You might
Apparently,
So, yeah,
it's
the-
Tim
the-
Allen
Is
now.
that mummy from
strap-
the famous show Home Improvement?
Yeah, you're easily able to burn the leather harness that Scrivenscry is holding on to. Scrivenscry just looks over at you with a look of, it's like,
What are you all doing? You are all so rude. I cannot even believe this. These lowly librarians trying to throw books at Scrivenscry, burning Kingsport's harness. I cannot believe this. I'm going to put
You're right.
a complaint
Books.
in with your supervisors.
Books
You do
are
realize that the city.
terrible.
I speak up to Scrivenscry. Well, if you want to do that, he's right here. I tap the mummy on the shoulder.
I'd like to.
okay, a couple things are happening.
Did Kingsport walk?
He stumbles
me?
forward. Yeah, Scrivenscry is now so just like, what the hell, that Kingsport now is kind of like waddling forward. Scrivenscry is looking over at Crix, and as Scrivenscry is holding the smoldering remains of the harness, and just kind of baring his teeth like an angry fox.
I bare my teeth back.
I definitely would have been a lot closer as well. To just but I would like to
Rage.
kind of nudge. Yes, I would like to rage. I'd like to nudge, and you tell me if I can do this because I don't know if would I have this available to me? Okay, no. I'm not casting this yet. I'd like to just reach into like my pocket and grab some like rocks. But I'm not doing that yet. I'm just grabbing some like plain rocks, little rocks.
You can pick up some rocks off the
Rocks
floor
in
of
your
this place.
pocket?
There's debris everywhere.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna just pick up some rocks and I'm gonna be like, here, we don't have to throw books. Nothing to them, but just literally rocks.
Okay.
And I'd be like, it's your turn.
Who do you hand that to?
To Kingsport.
Everyone duck.
Not really said good thing to say in a glass house.
Why do you give me these?
Chuck 'em at him.
Why?
For all the things he's done terrible to you and the way he treats you.
It'll
You
make
might
feel
miss,
really
and that's okay. You can't actually see him, but you can follow his voice.
Yeah.
And, if you miss, it's not a big deal. It's just a little pebble.
He has been so mean. I don't like him. Ooh.
All right. What is the thing that he has to roll in order to throw one of these things?
Well, I haven't done anything to them.
They're just rocks.
So they're literally just rocks.
So he will just.
Ah! Yeah!
Whoa!
Get it.
He
Baller.
It was coming.
He hucks one with he does this weird thing because he doesn't really have hands, so he like bounces it on the tip of his little like flapper wing, and then he just goes bap and just slaps the pebble with the other wing, and he goes
Slap shot, nice.
and just twing, twonk.
I think it should have rage damage on it.
You watch as you hear it. You look and you see the glasses on Scriven Scry's face. One of the lenses is shattered.
Oh shit.
Nerd.
Oh
God. I'm gonna reach over to Kingsport and be like, "You did it! You did it!" And
This
like,
is the power of a union.
I'm like getting really excited with him. Like, yeah.
I am in. Scriven Scry is incised by this.
Thad, can you give me a persuasion check or a deception check about the mummy?
This is gonna go great.
That can't be a supervisor. Scriven Scry is not stupid. That thing is just a research assistant, so you can tell by the way it's holding the books. Scriven Scry is done with all of you. Kingsport, whoever threw that rock, I'm going to get them as well. But Kingsport, come! We are leaving this place. Now!
He like shouts and he points on the ground.
I'll forgive you if you come back here.
That's what they always say. Don't do it.
just
Kingsport,
a
come back to Scriven Scry.
I'm looking at Kingsport and I'm trying to gauge his reaction. If he, yeah.
Kingsport's definitely looking back and forth to you. He does not want to go back to Scriven Scry.
I believe
Then
that.
I look to Cora.
I think it's about time to tell you we're not librarians or bouncers. And it's time for you to leave.
Are you
And then I
fucking kidding
smile
me?
real big.
What do you? So
Yeah,
you're threatening?
I'm
you're threatening them?
gonna.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
going to assist in the threat by putting myself between Scriven Scry and Kingsport.
You're defending this stupid penguin? Ish, you are all worthless. Scriven Scry has no use for any of you. Kingsport, come! He's not
You
coming.
won't abuse. No.
He starts walking.
Move! Get out of my way! I must retrieve. Scriven Scry must retrieve Kingsport.
I put a hand on his chest.
What?
He looks.
time
He
for you
looks
to
down
leave.
his snout at you.
Get your grubby lizard paws off of Scriven Scry.
It's time for you to leave.
No!
Well, he's convinced us.
Yep. Okay. I am
Oh, well,
going
if that's the
to.
case, okay.
I will ask: is there anything anybody else wants to do before things get violent?
Okay, now can I take some of these rocks and I'm just gonna be like, nice, 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 and I'm gonna hand some more to him, and these ones will have a little something special to them.
A little bit of a glow to him. Okay. Anybody else
Like
have
grenades?
any verbal side of things that they want to attempt here before Scriven Scry blows his top?
I have one last, literally last thing after everyone else. If anyone else wants to try stuff, because they'll probably incense him more.
I
I
kind
have
of
a dumb
start to
idea.
shield out in front
I
of
want to
him.
know how high this is above the floor below.
I was having the same thought.
Yeah, it's like,
It's about
is this guy
15
taking the stairs or the elevator?
15-foot drop.
15 foot. Okay, that's not terrible. That's probably enough to piss him off, though.
It would.
That'd be
Probably enough to
funny.
make a follow-up plunging attack really cool.
Well, if
Yeah.
you're about to do that, I would
Well,
probably
you,
throw
you're
my
reading the
last
room,
spell there.
Thad. You can definitely tell that everybody is on edge here. So, what are you gonna do?
Which is, I'm going to use the once a day from Slugword since I still have Detect Thoughts running on him. I will cast Suggestion.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to work, and I'm sure he'll get mad if this fails, but I'm going to try. it's DC. Let me check the DC. I think it's 13 still.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, still DC 13. So I'll cast Suggestion, and if it works, I have a series of attacks.
give you his name.
I don't know if you can coerce him to do that. Well, Suggestion might.
Introduce yourself.
No, it would be. I
Yeah,
don't think
it's
so because it's one of
it's-
those things that would not be. You cannot suggest.
Yeah, it says
something
or
that
do
would
some
endanger it.
obviously harmful act, and that's based on what we know and what he said. It's obviously
Yeah.
harmful. So
Yeah,
it's a wisdom, DC 13 wisdom. It says 15, but it should no. That's right because it's from the Helms is 13.
Yeah. It's 15 because your spell
It's my
save
spell.
DC is 15.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Come on, fail.
Somebody tells me he probably will
One
not.
second.
I don't want him to
yeah.
succeed. I want to see how this goes down.
I mean, I don't want to, completely ruin everyone's
Nothing
fun,
happens.
but nothing happens. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sure he would know that I cast a spell on him, though.
No, not because it comes from the helmet. So it's
Right,
like
so it's got some.
it's not. It allows you to have it, but it's like don't say anything. You don't have like the vocal or material part of it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So it just
It
goes
just-
off.
It actually doesn't say anything in the spell about if they succeed, they know.
Yeah.
It
I
was
just my
just-
assumption that spells would be more obvious, but you're right. There's no
If
reason
it
for him
was
to know.
cast as a normal spell, he would have known that you've cast
From
something.
the verbal
Yeah,
part,
from
yeah.
the verbal part
Yeah.
of it, and the material of like holding out a snake's tongue in a honey.
Well, to be fair, the verbal part of that spell is the word.
Yeah,
so
that's
they
kind of what I
might not
imagine
know
is
it.
like the suggestion is what you tell them to do.
Yeah,
Oh.
so they might
Yeah.
not actually catch the verbal part of the spell.
Oh, so that means I would have to request it as I'm casting it. So I'd have to say what the
Yeah, what would
request
you
was
say?
anyway. I was going to tell him to take a take a long walk and cool off, head to the ice bridge, and think about what you're doing.
Okay. He looks back to you and he says,
Scriven Scry thinks that is the stupidest decision I would ever make.
Nope, the one you just made. The one you just made now is way worse.
I'd like to I still have a hand on his chest. I'd like to grab his shirt and hold him over the railing.
"Okay, you can do a contested
Kingsport,
athletics."
hit the play button on this
Yep.
tape deck.
Yep. Athletics. I'm not the strongest. Oh,
Be
yes, I am.
Oh,
Oh my god,
shit,
that really
no.
changed.
Maybe I pull out my laser rifle and go, shame.
Yeah, dude. All right, cool. Yeah, he's over the edge. Ah!
Nice.
He struggled. You have his. You watch. Everybody watches as Crix just has his shirt in a like in his claws and holds him over the edge. He just looks to you and he just says,
You're making a stupid decision if you're going to do any sort of harm to Scriven Scry. I will not hesitate to end you. Put me down.
I think the
Okay,
gravity.
I
would
will
do
drop
it.
him.
Put me down, yeah.
he falls. Let me see if there's anything that he can do as a reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15 feet, so he's gonna take 1d6. Like, actually, I don't think because it starts at 20, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No,
it's
50 foot still.
6. It's 10 feet.
Yeah.
Like an overpass is gonna.
You could die from a 50-foot fall, so it's
Yeah,
rules are weird.
D&D rules, yeah.
I'm also very concerned. I don't know how strong these things are, and I'm
We fought one before in
Well, I
Strahd.
was gonna try something, but Crix decided not to.
All right, so he falls.
Okay, I'm sorry, but he told
falls
me
to
to
the
put him down. I had to do what he said. Yeah.
All right, so he takes 5 damage as he hits the ground. He's now
Big
15 feet below you.
He's-
Everybody roll initiative as he growls at you and he says, "You."
You'll regret that.
okay.
Why does it always end up like this?
I
To
think
be
we just have
fair,
antagonistic personalities.
he told me to put him down.
There can be no peace. Not when he's abused a penguin this way. He gets what he deserves.
Ah, shit, 20.
If we survive this,
Don't wait
Kingsport,
at something just to treat it like crap.
Kingsport has to be the what's the word I'm looking for? Mascot for our group.
Group
if we survive
mascot,
this.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, real talk, awakening
fitting.
things is kind of a ethical gray area to begin with.
Yeah, because they're
Force
not
state.
willing. Yeah.
Yo,
It's for sapiens,
Yeah.
and it's strange.
Aha! Now you have to deal with morality.
No,
I
just
filing
We're gonna
taxes,
be-
you nerd.
we're gonna be the
Congrats on
kings.
your Congrats on your newfound susceptibility to depression.
All right, so you are up first, Crix, as Scriven Scry is on his ass on the floor down there.
Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
We'll be
I'm
hockey,
gonna-
guys.
I am going to
That king sport.
cast at 5th level my flame hands. And I'm gonna drop on him. I'm gonna give him the elbow from the top rope. Now you tell me how this works. I probably am going to take the damage, yeah, from falling. Do I add that damage to the attack?
Yeah, of course. I do need to look at.
And he's prone, right?
Yes. Let me see.
At advantage.
Well, if it's falling damage, it would just be falling damage.
This is a Scriven Scry as soon as he said the words, let me down or let me go.
On the phone.
Okay.
Also
as he sees you light up your fists, he will cast Counterspell as a reaction.
Ah, there it is.
And he will cast it. He doesn't understand what the spell is, so he just casts it at the level that at base level. So he needs to make a ability check using his. Let's see. Okay.
I like how the prone icon is oof my back.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
You just fell.
Your fists fizzle out.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can tell me if you like. He does that immediately as he you.
Okay, wait, but I would have cast it before jumping. Does he have line of sight on me?
Yes, you can see that you're
If
casting.
you're on the
a
top
spell.
rope, he's gonna see you.
Yeah, he definitely is. That is counterspelled on their thing. You rolled really well.
Okay. I just feel that I feel like he wouldn't
But
have
that
line of
would
sight on
say-
me there.
Well, how would
basically you
you hit
How do
him
you know to
fire?
land on him if you
Yeah.
can't see him?
So point being,
Wait.
he counters you before you start flying over the edge. This is a railing. He can definitely see you. It's not just like a wall. So
Okay.
you're not going over the edge yet. You start your fists. You lit them up. He immediately went no, and then he counterspelled it. Your fists go out. You haven't jumped over the edge just yet.
Okay.
Run.
Bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon on top of him, like right behind him. And that's gonna be at... We'll do...
What is it by default?
By default, it's 2d8.
No.
Believe?
Sorry, but
Oh.
spiritual
It's
weapon
1d8.
is no spell level.
Oh, spell level is 2 by default.
Oh shit! I'm wrong, dude.
Okay, so you'd have to cast it at 2 because you. No. You could cast it at 3.
I can cast it up to
or
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, which in this case it's 3rd, and then it would gain for every 2 slots above. So, oh wait, no, okay, 1d8 for every 2 slots above 2nd, so I'd have to cast it at 4th. So
Yep.
bonus action, 4th level spiritual weapon.
To get your second damage die. You mean
Yeah. Yep. So a 23.
That'll hit him.
Yep.
Bonk.
All right.
Send the horny jail.
Right, so you
And
bonk
I'm
him
not gonna
for
jump down.
12. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
Alrighty.
I love that
Flora.
animation on that token.
Okay, so I am going to look over the railing and do this. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And it's a DC 13.
Got it. DC 13 wisdom saving throw. Okay, it's not a spell. Got it.
Mm-mm. It never works.
He is wise.
Yeah. Well, if he was
He's
wise, he
wearing
wouldn't have picked a fight with
glasses.
us.
We gotta get those
He's
glasses
wearing-
off him.
He's wearing a monocle now. Thank you very
He is
much.
wearing monocle now. No, he is wise, but... Alright, anything else, Cora?
Well, seeing as that didn't work, I'm gonna activate my cloak, I guess.
Hirokin.
I am going to rage.
Okay.
The
I
flu.
like to imagine the last Pikachu in that GIF is Usain Bolt.
That's what I was thinking. Just holy fuck. That
Cool.
Pikachu moves.
So your giant axe is now technically light and you can throw.
And I'll have a light great axe.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh, God of War on this guy.
Yep. And then as
Like
a bonus, or as you rage, you can move up to half your movement speed.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm just gonna come right up to the edge,
Got the zoomies.
and then
They'll poof
I'm
out.
going to. I mean, it makes sense to not throw the axe down, but it's cool. I'm gonna throw the axe down onto him.
Okay.
Gravity assist.
So just you'll just use your attack roll on this.
Sure.
Yeah, that hits him. Just.
Oh.
Dwang. Oh yeah, and it reappears.
Sure.
You now have returning weapon. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
So,
you should still get rage damage right too, right?
yeah, it
Because
should be. It's 3 rage right now, I think.
because it's turned into a thrown weapon because of the thing. So I imagine you still get it.
It has a property of it, yeah.
It gains it, right?
Yeah. So then with that, I will then jump down after it.
Oh, okay. So you don't even you just do the God of War status as you fly through the air. The axe is coming back to you. In
Are you?
mid-air, it goes back into your hands. All right, I need you to give me an athletic check to see how you land here. 15 feet's not too far if you're actually purposely jumping. Okay, yeah, you land. You're fine. You get a second attack.
Sure do. This will be reckless.
He's prone, right?
Oh,
He's
he's already advantaged, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
Okay, then the second one just cuts into him. He screams out in pain. Ah, fuck! Screaming Sky's dying!
Told you.
Wow. Okay. Nothing you can really do there. All right.
Sight check.
yes, you are.
I mean, that hurt. That definitely hurt him. He's taking the damages from those attacks for show. All right. Valhana, you are up.
Okay. Side note, I'm gonna lean over to Kingsport. Be like, how strong is he?
He's so strong.
You look at him, I mean, he has no eyes, and all he knows is that this guy keeps throwing books and abusing him, so I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to I know licorice root and licorice are candy are two different things, but I really like the idea of finding the component of this by finding just licorice candy on the floor.
Oh no, that would 100% work. 100% work.
Ooh, piece of candy.
I mean, there is black licorice on the floor where he threw it at Kingsport.
I know that's what I'm just imagining. The component of this is a shaving of licorice root, and so I'm just I just want it to be the licorice candy.
Candy works.
Ooh.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Okay.
As an artificer, I think that would make sense.
Yeah. I am going to. I've seen everyone go.
What do you mean?
Who's right? I mean, Demavan. Oh. Where's that?
I'm up here by the bookshelf. To the right.
One place you would never expect to find.
Yeah,
True.
So far away.
the most unnatural of habitats for that.
Too far away. Okay, I'm going to cast haste on Demavan.
Oh boy.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. What does an artificer's haste look like?
Here, eat this licorice I found.
Oh god, or she just dips it in some sort of like vial or component, like something to
Yeah,
like dip.
just like shaving some. No, I'm taking the shavings into like I open up one of the vials. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, yeah, this is the one. And I'm just like brushing some of the licorice candy, like, you know, trying to like shave off some crumbs and stuff. You know how you turn like candy into. You guys know what I mean. I'm literally doing it like with my nails.
Yeah,
They're clean.
Brush it up.
Yeah. And then I'll toss it to him.
Okay.
And I'll be like, Demavan, try this.
Yeah, it looks good. Down it.
Immediately.
Never
just
given
watch...
you a reason not to trust my vials.
Oh my god. Y'all just immediately see, like, the camera zoom in and Demavan, your eyes just fully dilate. Like, boom.
Fully dilate. The camera like goes into the pupil and it's like
Yeah.
space in there.
Yeah. And everybody else, and I just love the idea that, like, for haste, you feel like you're moving at normal speed, but everybody else, like, it is just like, for some reason, everybody else is, like, super slow around you. But, like, for everybody else, of course, they just see you going, like, fucking full speed. Okay. Any bonus action, Valhana? You are now concentrating on that. I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
All right, Scriven Scry gets to his feet. Now
fuck.
is staring at this big other furry individual in front of him. He says, "Scriven Scry."
Question:
Yes.
Where's Kingsport on this initiative?
He is
I
not-
gave
he
him
is in-
rocks.
Well, you did give him rocks.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Kingsport is in the initiative now.
I gave him rocks.
Perfect. He'll be right after Scriven Scry. Oh boy. I know you gave him rocks. Wait. No.
I
Okay.
literally just had like that. You did not leave him out.
Okay. Hirokin. Scriven Scry looks at you and he says,
Scriven Scry thought that another furry companion would understand the rules, or at least would be a little bit more civil about this. I didn't want to have to kill librarians, but I think I might just have to.
We're not librarians.
For the third time that I'm sure we've told you is that we're not librarians. I'm a professor. I write the books. I
We're
publish the
bouncers.
book. My colleagues identify as bouncers. Some of them
Shut up!
just,
give me a constitution saving throw.
oh, you don't.
He
Oh,
points, he literally, oh, perfect. Okay, so you watch as he says, "Shut up!" And he points his finger at you, and you watch as strange black veins course around his finger, race up the fingertip, and just, for a brief moment, congeal there as this weird viscous goopy orb, and then shoot out and hit you straight in your chest.
Oh,
God. You save, however, as you start to feel your veins kind of like constrict, and everybody watches as Hirokin's eyes get that the Witcher taking a potion inky black, as you just like roar into the air, into the sky as you fight this terrible pain. You take half of that damage.
Oh! Oh boy. Oh.
All right,
So there's
so
no reason to be afraid of this thing.
31.
Okay.
So as and he like looks back at you as you just kind of like take that damage, and he like as he's cackling like die.
Best part of that is I still have over 100 hit points.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, he like looks over at you.
Well, shit!
Boo.
Scry might have overestimated this. Crap.
Yes.
And then that's when Kingsport looks over the edge and says,
Fuck you!
and throws this rock. Can you post the spell, Valhalla, so I can know what he has to roll? No, he has to roll with something. I'll just say show spell description. There you go. If somebody else attacks with a pebble, that attacker adds your... Okay, so what's your modifiers? It's +4, right? Intelligence?
Oh,
Okay.
it's spellcasting ability, so it's like your... Wait.
All right. So
Yeah,
he-
you add your intelligence to.
Yeah.
So Kingsport takes
Sorry,
one of these
I'm
pebbles
saying yes, and he can hear me, but you
and
guys
flings
can't.
it, and it just
Oh.
flies across the room.
Oh.
Shit! I didn't do good.
And he waddles away. All right.
Oh.
I mean, you wouldn't know if he hit or not.
He listens
Bad.
to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
he doesn't.
That's
Yeah, he
true,
doesn't.
and the
Wait,
commotion.
he's blind. What the fuck?
He's just
Yeah, this would be a disadvantage. I should.
No,
I
no.
should-
Actually, no. He does have. Even though he has no eyes, he does have blind sight.
Ooh, look at that fancy motherfucker.
it's like Daredevil.
Yeah, but only up to 30 feet. So it is what it
What
is.
a
All right,
weird
Thad.
way to live.
Question. From my own positioning here, I'm trying to get a sense for this. Would Thad know that if he climbed to the top of this, he'd be able to see him? Given that he already looked down and knows how far it goes?
Yep.
All right, so he's gonna... I'll try to climb to the top of this bookshelf
You're
if
a
I
monk.
need to
You
roll.
are a monk shit. Okay.
Go for the big leap, I believe.
Well, no, I pull out the laser rifle because I already had it. I look down on the bookshelf. I see there's a scroll beneath me. It's like, all right, time to take a shot from the classy scroll. And then I am going to use the rifle. If I can find it. Where is it?
Holding onto the gun. Tries to figure out is in the pause menu.
Oh, you know what? One second. I want to check something else real quick. 'Cause there's something I've had here for a long time. Yeah, I'm going to use a charm that I've had for a long time.
Ah,
It's a bonus action. So I apply Charm Abiding Cult to
okay,
myself.
cool.
It's probably not going to be very useful for most of this. So then I'll go ahead and take a
Oh,
shot
yeah,
for
you
my
just-
action.
Yeah, so you just like grab onto the gun, and actually, I would almost say you probably see this like biting frost enwreath your hand as they
Yeah.
kind of like slowly transfer some of that cold like rime to the barrel, or like to the barrel of the gun into the trigger where you're holding it.
Yeah. I'll just say this is for Masco. I don't know why. Ah, 13.
Will miss. You can take you can take a second shot.
Can I though?
Sure.
Yeah.
With the... Yeah,
It's,
yeah, I can with the rifle. It doesn't have reload. Right.
Well, this thing definitely doesn't reload.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Pew pew. Actually, Valhalla, what's the range on your big thonk?
I was just looking.
I think it's 30 feet.
Those
Yeah, I
are
think I'm-
warning truth.
I'm
What?
slash to
Oh,
yeah, it's
50.
30. It's 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
bummer.
So
Okay.
he's at range.
All right, two
Yeah.
shots
Just-
ring out across the library.
Just like real life, the shot from the classy scroll didn't hit.
No. All right. Any bonus action, Thad? Actually, you did.
No,
do
I already
bonus
used the bonus action.
All right,
but I will.
Van.
Actually, so I don't want to use my
You
movement
move.
now because part of my movement was to climb.
Yeah, that
But
take about like
seeing-
5 feet or 10 feet of movement off of
Yeah,
that.
so then I have a lot of movement. So I'll drop down 5, 10. Wait, no, 10.
Holster the weapon.
Yeah. And I'll hop down here. Oh, I have 5 more feet. I'll get over there.
Monk shit.
All right, I'll do this up close and personal.
Okay.
I gotta mark up those shots. Okay, that's it.
Dimavans.
All right, vibrating, eyes dilated, get on the rail, do my dragoon impression, jump off the ledge, spear down.
So everybody all just watches as suddenly Demovan's just on the ground down there, basically. Like,
It's like yeah, it's the fucking
faster than
Dragon
gravity.
Ball instant transmission sound. Sweet. All right.
Nani?
Oh my fuck!
Oh my wa!
Oh,
Right.
Oh,
Yep, and this is a menacing attack for sure.
So this will double that, right? Or do you roll again?
You have to roll another soup dice.
Okay,
So,
okay.
13, 22, 27.
And you're
Yeah.
using the trident. Okay.
Love that it's a soup dice.
Okay.
Fucking
Fucking.
thing.
Ah! You hear him scream in your mind, Demovan. You just hear. Okay. First attack.
All right.
Oh, he
just
needs to
need
make the
a saving throw
save.
of
He needs to
these.
make the saving throw. Yeah.
Yep.
He saves.
He saves. Bonus action, try to push him to the ground.
He says as he hollers back at you.
And I. Oh
he
shit.
he somehow like stabilizes.
Okay,
Flash.
right before you rolled that, I was gonna ask if I could add a +4.
You right now, I don't think you could actually see Demovan. Like he is like close to the edge,
Mhm.
but
And you're back. From
and you're further back. Okay, so he's not on the ground.
Okay, that's fair. Another attack.
Yeah, so
27.
everybody else, yeah, that definitely hits.
Pushing attack.
Okay, an additional 2 there. Jesus Christ. Okay, strength save here again. Twang. This second attack, you try to shove him to the ground with your foot. This one just he is on the ground.
This one
pushes
just pushes him back 15 feet.
He hits the base of the statue down here. To you once again as he moves slowly backwards.
Went over here, and then with my my hasted action, 12
That will miss.
action surge, 19.
That will hit.
All right, another pushing attack.
Oh,
Have him reroll. Okay.
shooting them across the fucking.
He saves this time as he's just kind
Okay.
of lodged against the fucking edge of this thing here. Okay. That was
And then my
14 there.
Yeah, it's my final hit. Aw.
That one will miss. Okay.
Wait, now Valhalla can see you.
But now he's too far.
Yeah,
Oh no!
I'm
Just
15
right-
feet down though.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
15 feet down.
I was like, this is a straight line of sight.
Yeah, pretty sure
As the
that would
crow
actually-
flies, whatever.
He's really
okay.
tall.
Do you want to give the flash of genius?
I would definitely give him Flash Genius.
Okay, that last one hits then.
All right, so for bapping 12 damage,
Oh.
more pushing.
Hey, I did the math. You're still at 29.2 feet. You're
Oh
good.
hell yeah!
Okay, so let's do another quick save.
Thank you, Chuckles.
You're welcome.
This is why we have you.
I know. Okay. How do you do this as his limp body goes flying backwards and across the floor? A hastened
brutalizes
fighter
nerd.
is
Holy
the
fuck.
scariest shit. Also,
Like,
yeah, I mean, now
God.
it's like to your once again in your view, Demovan, it's just like you slink and you just push him again, and you're just like, "Ah!" His blood like is shooting out from him in slow motion as he's going backwards. Just, to everybody else, this was just like a shrink, shrink, stab, 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 shrink, shrink, stab, stab, wah! And then just like, and then just Demovan's there, just vibrating in place as Scriven Scry like rag dolls across the steps of this thing.
That's how this fits up. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, imagine that literally looked like a Dragon Ball fight, like punching someone far away, then teleporting to where
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
be, punching them back.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
No. Damn it, it's still just like standing there vibrating.
And then the spell wears off and this the
Well, that's concentration, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, I'm just gonna like.
Does the body of it stay there, or does it like disappear? I don't remember how these things work.
I don't remember how Yugoloths work.
I know demons turn to ichor and devils also turn to ichor. Don't
They,
they
like,
both
burn-
turn
They're
to ichor?
not. He's not a. They're neither
Right.
of them.
Yeah, and just like that's a consistent thing among fiends other than Yugoloths. Then
Because I thought they always returned to their outer plane, but maybe the inner.
oh
Yeah. No,
devils
so
do.
it does. It says it dissolves into a pool
Yeah,
of ichor.
that's what I.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So you watch as the body now slowly, but it does leave behind. It does leave behind. It's like there's like a robe now covered with ichor and a small pouch like a satchel.
Yeah,
There's also a broken pair of glasses.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a broken pair of glasses.
I would slowly walk up to it and not up smash, but I would take a look at it.
Is it over? Is it over?
Yeah.
I
it's-
give Kingsport a really big hug.
He's gooey.
They actively make Valhalla go away from the rails.
And then I ask Kingsport if I could have those rocks back.
You take them back and they're no longer glowing.
Because I just felt like they were dangerous.
Don't leave the penguin armed. Yeah.
The blind penguin.
Yeah.
All right. So as you look around, you Thad, you see the glasses, and you see in the satchel 3 spell scrolls.
Turn around. Oh, Hierogan. Here, these are probably your speed. Not that I can't read them, but there you go.
I can read them as well. Velen
Yeah.
leans over the
No one
railing. What did you
cares.
find?
I don't know, but you're up there and he's down here, so he gets first dibs. Here you go.
You also your hand also bumps against a strange metallic object in the satchel.
I'll pull it out.
No, not again.
You pull out a vibrator.
+2 vibrator.
You find something that looks like pasting it in Discord.
Mm. Oh boy.
Advantage when attacking clit-based creatures.
Find that.
Chime of opening.
Oh, interesting.
100% a vibrator.
Yeah.
Metal.
It's
yeah,
called
a hollow
the
metal
time
tube.
of opening.
Hollow metal tube measuring about a foot long and weighing about a pound.
Has something
And
attached
it's
to it.
called the chime of opening.
Yeah, it has a little
Mhm.
like a ringer attached to it.
This seems like a
Ringer
very.
for the dinger.
It seems like a very Thad instrument, so I will hold on to it, take a look at it, play with it a bit, and probably stick it into my pack for now.
Stick it
I
in.
know.
Probably.
Yeah.
I am 12.
I think we all
We all
are.
are. Yeah.
Hyrokin,
Oh,
you can
that's
give
really
me
useful. Cool.
you can give me an Arcana check if you'd like, and once again, if you're proficient, you can use the flat 10.
I will take the flat 10, so
Okay.
that'll be 15 in total. Or...
Great, yeah. So you look over the spell scrolls, and you can see they're wax sealed. One of them is a spell scroll of Leomund's tiny hut. One of them is a spell scroll of Wall of Ice, and the last one is a spell scroll of Plane Shift.
Oh.
Okay, good to have. Good to have. If that tiny hut isn't a Pizza Hut, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
This is Plane Shift, Tiny Hut, and
Ball.
Ice Ball.
Thor's screaming Loki.
Get a picture of it. It's his position.
And also, since we're just looking through this, did the robes look like they were anything of value, or just basic? I don't know if I would notice or not.
No, it's just they're just normal now ichor covered soaked
Yeah,
robes.
robes of ichor.
Robes
Yeah,
of ichor.
they can stay on the floor. I ain't
Like
touching
Robe's ick.
them. Got him.
Got him.
You all are alerted to. You all jump as you hear another sound as the mummy researcher knocks over a shelf as it walks into it clumsily.
Now it's Trinket.
And now it just sits on the shelf, starts pulling books out of the shelf and just trying to read them.
Well, this is probably the first time I've ever been in a library, and I hope it's the last. This place sucks.
What do I do now? Scriven Scry's dead, and now are you my new masters?
Perhaps.
What do you know about whales?
Well, if they're the big black and white kinds, then they eat me. If they're the
Technically,
other
those are dolphins. People call them whales, but they aren't.
wow, you're smart.
The thing is Crix is a druid. He would know these
Oh, he
things.
I don't know. I like being outside in the cold. So I can't see, so I kind of am easy picking for predators.
Do you like pears?
Like two of a kind?
No, like, do you like the fruit?
Never tried it.
Would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, I think that might be a good place to send Kingsport here.
You can have a friend.
I think would a friend be nice?
Yes.
Super nice.
Will they throw books at Kingsport?
No, she might throw pears, but then you'll get to eat them.
They're edible. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm into it.
Alright.
That's
How
a
far?
good idea,
That's
Chris.
like not super far back, right? Like we could
No.
get there and back in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We literally followed like
Yeah.
a sauntering mummy here.
Okay, is there
From
anything else
there.
that you is there anything else you want to do in the library as the pool of ichor slowly evaporates into the air?
Uh,
Can I find any like Fae-related books?
Yeah, I mean there's one on that cart.
yeah, because there's all the different planes.
Yeah, it was basically books about all the different planes. It's 6 different texts. There was one about the Plane of Fire, one about the Feywild, one about the Avernus, one about Mechanus. Let's say one about Pandemonium, and then one more about what other fun outer plane? Write these things.
Right, well that one goes in my personal pack. The rest go in a bag labeled for sale.
Sale. Yeah. One is. Let's see. Oh. One's just called Happy Hunting Grounds, aka the Beastland. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do?
Thad waits by the front door, waiting to leave.
Okay.
After jumping
And then
the
just shoots the grapple hook straight up and just.
I just monk shit up the side and sit by the door.
Okay, so you head back outside. Kingsport follows you. He has this cart with him as well. He's like, "Do I need this still?"
No.
Do you want it?
Turns around and pushes it off the edge onto the pile of ichor.
Go you, Scriven Scry.
I love how quickly Scriven Scry went from "you're gonna regret this" to "I'm regretting this."
Yeah.
He got obliterated in one round of combat.
Yeah.
I don't think we went through a whole round of combat.
Not even.
So
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I want to see what would have happened if I did.
If you actually smacked him.
Yeah, if I actually smacked him.
Okay, so well, we're gonna take a quick break, but
Mm-hmm.
you do. We do have a little montage of you do bring back Kingsport across the bridge, back to the Caves of Hunger, and back to the Grove, where the Dryad is like sitting there in her tree, and looks at you all as you all come, and there's just kind of like a little, you all have a conversation, and Kingsport, she's extremely excited to have Kingsport as a new companion. And you just you head back towards the city as you watch behind you as Kingsport is like sitting beneath a tree, talking about like all the different places that he's traveled with Scribenscry, speaking with the Dryad and munching on a purple pear.
Hell yeah.
Aw.
Right. So
That's probably the nicest thing we've done since being
Yeah, right?
It was
Iceland.
Well, okay, all of our
To be
karma has
honest-
fixed itself.
That's probably the nicest thing we've done in any campaign.
It's the best thing I've done since 1994.
damn. All right.
It's close.
So let's take a quick break.
Well,
You found-
Boogie, how old are you?
Got him. All right, so you'll start back here, back at the beginning area, as we pick back up, as you look over the city of Yithrin again. Okay, quick 10-minute
Alright.
break. Let's get back to it. BRB.
I'm gonna get a tamale. You're back.
Yeah.
Wait, are those homemade tamales?
Yeah,
Alrighty, we'll be right.
left. I gotta
We'll be
ration
right
them.
back.
There's
Don't go anywhere. More D&D after this.
Can't believe I finally found you. Could you be the one I need? You're my obsession. You're my obsession. Yeah.
Please don't pretend that you're meant to be my friend. I'm trying to understand all the blood that's on your hands. Your silence is deadening me. silence is scaring me, in spite of the memories. Your silence is all I need. Pretty little pictures on the wall, it's just a shame you don't see it all. I got my pretty little knife ready for your life. It's such a shame you won't get your fill. Pretty little pictures on the wall, it's just a shame you don't see it all. I got my pretty little knife ready for your life. It's such a shame you won't.
Who's back?
Yeet.
Alright, I gotta figure out where you guys go now.
I'm vibing with this tamale right now.
I'm vibing with the tamale.
I could eat these all day long, and that's how I get mega fat.
Yeah, there's a lot of corn.
So much. This is so good. It's got like pickled jalapenos and some chicken jack cheese. Oh, so good.
Pickled jalapenos in it.
Yeah, like not. I guess technically they're pickled, but they're like the ones you get from like the Mexican shop, or what is that? What am I thinking of? The ones they use for I can't brain right now. Shit, I just go downstairs and get the jar and look at it, but it's like a specific type that's used in a lot of cuisine when you don't want
No,
fresh.
I mean a lot of the times it's like at like the taco carts and shit.
Yeah, that's
Like
there's
the little pickled. Yeah.
Well, there's carrots in it too. Like there's not like you're supposed to eat them, I guess, but they're included in the pickling. I don't know.
Fucking
Earthquake?
no, I just blew up the map.
Perfect. I had a dumb idea. A so a lot of games will have like dead bodies with like diary entries on it as like lore stuff. I just want one where the every diary entry is date and then just one sentence, which is death continues to elude me.
Over and over.
Yep.
Unrelated, but you should keep playing Final Fantasy.
Does that happen?
I would say that.
Yeah, you should definitely keep playing.
Unrelated.
That's pretty great if I fucking called it on accident.
Alright, I'm marking some stuff on the map right now of areas that are that you've noticed, I would say like point type of stuff. So, as you can see, there is definitely some interesting stuff around where you are. You're now back at the beginning, though. You're back in the front little area here, and you now see the there is the arena area as here that you now have a book on. There is one of the towers that has one of the icons on it that matches one of the 8 icons you saw on what looks to be the kind of entrance to the main spire. And there's a forested thing in the distance, and a few more of the towers that you've noticed scattered around that also have glowing symbols on them. From where you are now, I'll mark
We made assumptions based on their spacing where we could find others. And there's the icy area that we haven't looked at yet, too.
Yeah. So speaking of the book on the sports game, I can read Draconic.
Yeah. So
I showed
translate.
you. Yeah, when we're waiting.
So if you
leave.
do take the time and want to like look at it and translate it, fairly easy to. The game is called I was reading the wrong little thing there. I was like, what? That says that side note says the fate of Netheril. No. It's called Chain Lightning. It is a game in which 2 teams of 6 players compete against each other. To win, a team must eliminate the other team's players by hitting them with a 3-inch diameter iron ball. The player struck by the thrown ball is eliminated and teleported to the sidelines. The game ends when all of one's team's players have been eliminated.
It's dodgeball, but
yeah.
So,
but the wrench is also the ball.
So, when the game begins, an iron ball magically appears in a random location in the arena floor, roughly equidistant from the 2 teams. The ball is a simple ranged weapon. Finesse, thrown properties, range is 120 feet.
I see.
1d4 bludgeoning damage on it.
There's more to this than I thought there would be, which intrigues me.
So here's some other things too. There's some other rules here, where there'll be some stuff about getting to the ball. You can do you can like simulate like getting the ball passed around to different people. Then let's see, hurling the ball between the tines of an electrified mast requires a successful ranged attack roll. If the attack hits, it becomes electrically charged as it passes between the tines. You can then repeat to figure out who gets custody of the electrically charged ball. If the ball is thrown at a player and is struck, let's see, if it's Oh. So if it's electrified, if you are able to electrify it and then hit an enemy player, an opposing team player, it eliminates that player. But it also an arc of lightning lances out and eliminates a second player. Yep. So you learn that.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. I convey that to everybody else, including the stuff about, a D4 and all that.
No, you take they are hurt. They are boo-booed.
Yes.
Oh, sounds like a silly game. All right.
You mean you don't want to play and imitate the great play of Skimbeeble Shidfart, the great chain lightning player?
Oh, there was an entire section about Skimbeeble Shitfart in that book. For sure.
No, he sounds like a fascinating and well-versed.
It's Skimbeeble
Lord.
Shitfart, and then he has an entire section where he called his team family. He just only just referred to them as family the entire time.
I got you, family.
Yeah. Family, pass the ball here.
No, this is not interesting as much as everything else around here. Speaking of which, we're here. What we do?
Yeah, where are you heading?
There's we do know we have to complete a ritual to gain access to what's his spooky face's name, Tower Layer, with the thingy that's stopping the other thingy, right? Something like that.
I'm curious about this personally, because it seemed like a vault.
We walked. Oh, then there was also the weird people we saw walking out, and one flew up to the tower.
Yeah, that was all the way over.
It was up to the top, I think, right?
It was like from
It
way
was
over
over
there.
here.
They
Yeah,
were
from
just
the glass dome.
that was just the kind of you couldn't tell where they came from. That was more
They're
so
just
to
that
just
direction.
illustrate that there are others here.
Others here. Okay, so it was less say, oh, we should investigate, more of a we saw somebody.
Mhm.
Something.
Oh no.
Dun, dun.
All right. Well, I feel like there's a lot we haven't seen yet. Perhaps we just continue our tour in the parameter of this thing, and
I would say that vault seemed interesting.
You did
Is
see
it
it.
actually a vault, or does it look like a prisoner?
It
We
looked like
saw
it looked like it had the aspects of it. It stood out. It stood out amongst the other buildings of that district, and definitely had a vibe about it of something that was more fortified, I would say.
oh yeah, and I also remember I saw evidence of recent activity. I took a closer look. There was like footprints and shit. So,
Was it like paranormal or just normal activity?
is there a difference?
We're
Does
here,
everyone
everything
really
is
know?
paranormal.
Anywho.
Thad's new hit film, Normal Activity.
Attain a life of the average half.
It's like 20 minutes of some guy reading the paper.
yeah,
Goes
he
like
brushes
this
his
shit.
teeth.
Okay, would you like to go?
Oh
to
wow, the flowers are coming.
more
Unless,
fortified
I
looking
mean,
area?
The only thing I would very low intensity sessions just to continue doing a circle around, but I'm totally fine going back there too if there's interest.
Cool.
Unless other people have other ideas, so I'm on board.
Alright.
I would want to take a little walk over, if we do go that way, up to the edge here to look into this planted area, see if it looks similar to what we saw with the other one further in the cave, or if
Okay.
it's something different.
Right. So, it seems like if nobody has any opposition to it, it seems the party wants to head to the more fortified-looking building.
Yep.
Right. Your body's reoriented to the gravity of Yithrin. You mosey your way back through that district, crossing through the ruined streets, hearing your footfalls echo against the buildings. You don't see any of those other one-eyed creatures. You don't see any other movement of those weird green or blue skin creatures either. And you get to this building and you stand in front of it. The portcullis in front of this building, actually, as you get closer, you realize that it stands askew. It has been kind of forced open. You can't tell if it was forced open by something or if it was just forced open with the fall, with the crash of this city.
Okay, so we can't tell then if it was like Okay. Okay. Never mind. My question was related to whether something came in or out.
No,
But
it
if
looks like
was-
it looks like it was knocked loose.
Gotcha. Okay.
I also have a question about the orientation of the city. If I like jump, do I come straight up and straight down in relative
you do.
in relation to the city or relation to
In
actual
relation to the
gravity?
city, it's still your orientation remains.
Okay, so it's not like when we pushed the Arcanoloth over the edge, he like fell sideways.
No. Everything there seems to be kind of like a epicenter. Something is keeping the city oriented.
Okay.
Velen, as you're walking, she's just like, well, it seems that there was some useful books in that library, but I want to find artifacts, not books. Maybe there'll be something in here. Seems like it is a fortress of some sort. And as you get inside, the lights are still glowing, and you can see that it is a maze of cell-lined corridors. This thing is a prison.
Oh, okay.
So each of these things are like cell blocks?
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, and there's a skeleton in
I
that one.
see at least 3 dead bodies.
Yeah, as you look through them, you can see that many of these cells contain frozen bodies of former, what looks to be, prisoners or something like that. They still have like robes and clothing on them. Some of them are crushed beneath debris. Others look like they're just huddled in the corner, frozen, and have just died of starvation of some sort.
Ooh.
But overall, the place is just eerily quiet.
Yeah, looking. Oh, go ahead, yeah.
I was hoping it was more of an armory, but I suppose there could still be something useful here. There had to be guards, yes.
I mean, if it
Probably took
helps,
things from the prisoners when they were brought in.
I can count 6 arms if you need to gather them.
How
Just
can you count to
slow
exactly
blink.
6?
Demavand, your internal brain / radar pings on another thought or another sentience, another source of sentience in this building that is not the 7 of you.
Is it one of the skeletons?
Kalis. It
There's
also
someone
gives
here.
it also gives your eyes narrow. It also gives off something that is making you feel uneasy.
There's something else with us here. Eyes up.
I look up the ceiling.
Not that far.
Oh, okay.
It's coming.
Looks at, like,
It's coming
the
from
corner of the ceiling.
It's
Well,
coming
actually,
from
no.
the
Maybe it
north.
would have helpful to have one person looking up.
Okay, I look back up. At the ceiling.
It seems to be coming from the north.
It's that direction, presumably to the north, if I had a compass.
So I assume this way is.
We're oriented.
Yeah, you're
Because
oriented.
if we entered
You've entered from the south.
from-
You're go headed.
Mhm.
If you head up, it's north.
Okay. All right. Who would like to lead the way?
I guess I'll go first.
I
I'm
say
not-
if it's not you, it's me.
I put my hand on your shoulder so I can follow you while looking up at the ceiling. I don't see anything yet.
There's something coming from within this room, and as you enter this room and look about, you notice that you peer through the gap in this collapsed wall. You see there's a 15-foot square, what looks to be like an infirmary in complete disarray, with an operating table in the middle of the room. Leather straps extend from one side of the table into the air above its surface and fasten to the other side. The shape suggests that something or someone invisible is lashed to the table.
Oh. I'll pull out the long spear and kind of like touch in the area between like where if there's like an arm or
It
something
meets
between there.
resistance as soon as you kind of like push towards the table.
There's
Not like
something
so
on the table.
it's like it feels like there's something lashed down to the table that you poke.
Yeah, there's something on the table.
I will
can't
cast
see.
Fairy Fire on the table.
Nice. Now we can hit the table.
No, you cast
Also, we
Fairy
can see the
Fire.
invisible creature.
Yes, so
I
as
know.
you cast Fairy Fire, you now see, suddenly appearing on the table, a human. This individual is a thin, middle-aged man, sallow complexion, and his eyes are closed. He has a streak of silver in his long jet black hair. but he's just strapped there. He
Interesting.
kind of has like he has like rags on.
Is he like gagged or anything? Is he breathing? Is he?
No, he's not breathing.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
He's
but
not gagged.
huh?
This looks like a jump scare.
This looks like some normal activity.
It looks
Yes.
like it's a. I mean, from what I can tell from over here, as I crane my neck down from the ceiling, rub it a bit. That looks like a dead person, but you're sensing another mind in this place.
Based on my ping, does it feel like it's coming from this person?
It is.
So-
Sure.
Okay, so he's dead, but he's not dead.
And he's
Something
invisible.
about him still lives. Or a
Um,
parasite or something.
Did you try? You tried poking him already, right?
Oh, believe me.
First
So
thing I
something
tried.
that's weird too is that it's like he's not breathing, but it looks like he is like his hair is even his like hair and clothing isn't moving.
Oh, like he's like frozen in time.
Oh, it's like a glitched model in a game where it just doesn't sync with everything else.
Yeah.
Get that kind of weirdness out of it. It's certainly off-putting.
The Matrix.
Hmm.
And it's strapped down.
Yes.
I'm gonna look
Um,
for any sort of like mechanisms or like weird arcane shit in the room.
Sure. Yeah. You want to look around? So you gotta give me an investigation check.
Oh, sick.
Oh, motherfucker.
Okay.
You got him.
You see that there is a table, and on the table there is a, plethora of different like surgical tools and things like that. And strange things that you don't even recognize, like strange mechanisms and gadgets and stuff like that.
Maybe we can pull the table out of the room. Maybe that'll do something.
It looks like it's a stone table. I would imagine it's
like there's
either-
nothing. Yeah, it's a heavy stone like operating table that's more or less
Oh,
embedded
okay,
in
I'm
the floor.
extending this
Well,
wooden table.
we could try cutting his bonds and carrying him out.
True.
Definitely heard you say balls.
Yes.
That'll get him to talk.
That's like plan E. We gotta throw A, B, C, D first. Don't worry about it.
A, B, C, and then D's nuts.
All right. Anybody have any other ideas or anything they want to do while in this?
I'd like to not take off the bond, but loosen one.
Okay.
Just like one like belt loop.
Yeah. Nothing happens. It loosens.
I'm also gonna try to cast Spare to Dying on it just to see if it does anything in interaction with it.
As far as you can tell, nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Unless somebody stops me, I'm gonna try a similar thing, and I'm gonna cast Purging Flame.
Wait. Hold on. We
no,
know
he's
there's
alive.
a mind in there. It's
Yeah.
not inanimate flesh. Well, it is, but it's not.
Well,
you
here's
know
the
what I
thing:
mean?
if it is a dead body, it will burn, right?
I don't know how your
Well,
spell works.
I just see you
it has to
burn
be a
things.
dead body. Yeah.
Yep. So if I reach out and I do Purging Flame, does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Okay, he's
You
alive.
just fizzle
All right.
off. You see just like it kind of goes like flames flicker over the body, but nothing takes.
Yep. Do you think that we could possibly wake him up?
Maybe
He
it's something
doesn't-
in the bonds itself and something about the table.
And sorry, just to be clear, he doesn't look wounded at all. He's just not moving.
You look over his body, and you can see there are incisions that have like healed up. It looks like
Oh.
he had work done on him, some sort.
Hmm.
His nose looks really good.
His face is very symmetrical.
You can see there are in one of his arms. It's very plain to see there's multiple welts that would indicate that like somebody was taking like either blood or like had like sticking like syringes in it.
But nothing that looks like an unhealed wound. It all looks like old stuff. Or it looks like something that might have been done recently.
It looks way too recent.
Hmm.
Like this is odd. Like compared to all the other bodies that are dead and decayed in this prison, this body looks like healthy. And 2, these wounds look like they were probably made maybe a week ago.
All right, hear me out here. I have a crazy idea. And by idea, I mean more of a thought of what's going on here. So he's not moving. Chloe's not moving. He's in stasis. It's a word I know. Don't worry about it. Also, these wounds look fresh, despite the fact the last time anyone's probably been in here were thousands of years ago. So he must have been some sort of experiment that they put in on the ice, so to speak, right before the thing crashed.
Yes.
I wonder if we remove him from the room, as you were suggesting. Words are hard. If we move him out, perhaps we break that stasis?
Perhaps. We
I
also
don't
do
have
need to
any
keep
other-
in mind, whatever he's in here for, he was arrested.
It does also look like he was being experimented on, which is very strange.
Mhm.
I wonder why.
Do we have any regular handcuffs with us?
Oh.
I think we do.
Yeah, I'm sure we always seem to have handcuffs on us somehow.
I have 7 pairs.
Perfect.
There it
Let's
is.
use 3 of them.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
So I think we should put the regular handcuffs on him as best we can.
We're
Yeah, so
unbinding him
binds.
and then rebinding him and
To
then
move him
dragging him out of
out.
the room.
Yeah,
Or carrying him
You're
out,
able
yeah.
to move him, but it's kind of like he's completely dead weight.
Yeah, we'll carry him out of the room.
Is he stiff?
No.
Okay, so we can move his arm.
Oh, is it weird if we move his clothes or robes or whatever?
Yeah, if we move his hair, does it stay
Where we
moved?
is it like Play-Doh?
Yeah.
Hey, look at this! Just start putting him in different poses. No, I'm too curious to see what happens when we move him out of the room, though.
Let's move his hair to make it look like he touched a Tesla coil.
Give him the Fabio.
Okay. So you're able to sit him up, handcuff him. Nothing happens.
And leg cuff him.
Sure.
We want to cuff him as much as we can.
Big cuff.
And what-
Big cuff.
Cuff,
him.
when he's-
cuff his dick to his balls.
Okay, that was plan like F. I don't know what you're doing.
No, it was plan D. We already discussed this.
Right. Could I try lesser restoration?
Yes, you may try lesser restoration. It does nothing.
We probably need greater.
I can't imagine this guy
Or
I-
dispel
one of
magic.
the Pirates movies.
Oh, I had to spell magic. Fuck.
Hold on, friends.
Yeah.
Could I actually just I need to take him to another room. Or if you could leave the room,
Not
I
how this
can
works.
I can fix
Um,
this.
Okay,
If you're going to eat him, at least save me
You
some.
need good cop, bad cop. I can be the good cop.
Why do we have
I
to
will leave
leave
the
the?
Okay, fine. This might be a little weird, but just don't want anyone to freak out, okay?
I'm freaking in. I'm not freaking out. Let's go.
Okay. With that, I will reach out and touch him, and kind of put on, as I'm examining him, seeing he's really stiff. I put on my lens. What are these? Are like the lenses of perceiving. I'm gonna zoom in really close on him. I'm like, oh, yep. There's his problem right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the charms that I got from the pair. I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on him.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. So you watch as he as the body starts to slowly twitch and move, and the eyes shoot open, and you see he has 2 colored eyes. He
Heterochromia.
is, yeah. So he has, where is it? One blue eye and 1 green eye. And he looks up and he, oh, where am I? Where am I?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not really from
Little
here.
friend.
We found you on a table, frozen in time.
What?
The city you're in has crashed into a glacier. I don't know. What's the last thing you remember?
I just remember that the warden was had me strapped to this table and who are
Do
you
they-
all?
Do they look like in pain from those recent
Nope.
looking wounds? Nothing. Okay.
Demavand, he watches his eyes dart around the room, and then you two immediately lock eyes.
Oh God.
And there is a
From
moment
across
of
the
just
room.
kind of like you hear in your mind, how enough? God dang it! I thought I was the only one.
It's fucking shit.
Looking back and forth.
Yeah. You look cold, friend. I have a spare set of cold weather gear. I'll hand him. I assume
Nice.
it's shitty in here.
Okay,
Is it actually looking at the token? Is it he, her, or undetermined?
it's a man.
Okay.
Mhm.
The token
It's a
is
man,
ambiguous.
baby.
Yeah, it's a man.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He narrows his eyes at you and he says, "Thank you. The name is Zerophon. I was just a lowborn Netherese manservant, and my master sent me to this prison because I spilled tea on his spell books, and well, it did happen to be the master of the city, Iriolarthus.
Oh,
And-
that's a name we know.
Well, it seems that there was some pretty nasty experiments being performed here by the wizard who ran the prison, and I was quite afraid that I was going to be experimented on next. He, like, looks out, like, beyond you all. It looks like... What year is it?
A lot's probably happened.
It's like 1276,
I say through, like,
I think. Right?
very like narrow eyes.
He looks back
It's
at
like
you.
12 something, right?
That's
Yeah,
not going to
well-
mean it. If he's from when the city fell, that's not going to mean anything.
Yeah, so Demoven, you're getting the same, like, weird, like, if you try to get surface thoughts, you're getting the same static that you got from
Yeah.
some other folks.
Do I see? Can I? Other than him saying it's one of you, or I was the only one. Does it
No, he-
seem like?
Well, he didn't even say that out loud. He said that in Demoven's head.
Oh, okay. So anything we go off is just body cues then.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So you can give me, I mean, if you're trying to suss it out, you're more than welcome to give me just a general insight or perception check.
Yeah, I'm not suspicious, but because I'm watching carefully, I would see if I notice this. With just an insight.
I'm suspicious of everyone always.
Yeah, no, so there's something
when you
off,
face
Dad.
Hmm.
I would also give the year and then insight check to see how he reacts to that.
He immediately reacts with jaw on the floor, and he sits back down against the table and goes, "That's unbelievable. Wait. Is the?" He kind of like looks out and sees there's like debris everywhere. Did something happen? What?
The city's flying a little lower than
You might want to sit down for the. Actually, you know what? You already are.
your oxygen mask should have come down a long time ago.
Oh, wait. Are you telling me that Yithrin fell?
We
Quite
did
literally,
want
yes.
to.
I do the whole thing with like my hand, like a crashing, like. Phew.
Not only did Yithrin fall, the Netherese civilization has been gone for 1,000 years.
His eyes go wide, the two color eyes, and he's just like, that is absolutely unbelievable. Well, I am assuming you have found Yithrin and are explorers. That would make sense, right?
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
'Cause I'm still suspicious. I'm taking time to process this.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast around him and us Zone of Truth.
Oh, nice.
So it's
well,
going to cover a good chunk of this room.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're all going to be speaking truth here. This is gonna be
Oh
great.
god, charisma
Save, yeah.
saves.
Charisma. Oh,
Everybody
no.
wants to. Charisma save.
You bastard.
Now, is the
Uh,
caster of this immune to it? I hope so.
I don't think so.
Is it until
No,
the
it's you're
creature
within the
enters?
sphere because you can place it.
We're speaking truth.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fine. Oh, hell yeah, I save.
Hyrokin saves. Crick saves.
Color was good. Oh god, having Demivan fail this is gonna be interesting too.
Mhm.
Ooh, we might get some interesting information here.
I don't have to tell the truth. I just can't lie.
Yeah.
Right. You can be creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's charisma.
Basically, this turns you into your inner politician.
Charisma saving.
Mhm.
So weird.
Mhm. Not many of
Velen,
those.
Velen fails as well. Okay.
Oh, we're having fun.
So
up in
okay,
this.
there's suddenly just kind of like an energy that suffuses the room. All right. Do you have a question, Thad?
Why are they really experimenting on you?
He,
Oh, why
he
were they?
looks
Yeah.
so he looks back to you, looks back to Demivan, and he says, "If I tell you, promise not to hurt me."
We will promise not to hurt you because of what you tell us.
He nods and he says, "I am what he is," and he points at Demivan, and then you watch as his face falls away to the alien, like, gray, noseless, mouthless face.
So you're a father?
That's rude. And you know that's the truth.
He says, "My name is Xeraphon, and I did get sent here by Irolarthus, or Erolarthus. However, it was because I snuck into the city, murdered a Netherese sage, stole his identity, and tried to infiltrate the spire of Erolarthus. I was caught, I was taken here, and the warden, well, when I was at his whim, and he was trying to replicate my shape-changing ability. Trying to create a potion or some sort of method that could do it. He would experiment on me, drawing my blood, subjecting me to random tests, and then when the pain was just too much, cast some strange spell on me. Then I would awake what felt like moments later, but it was days, weeks later, and they would all begin again.
This time it was a lot longer later.
He shakes his head, kind of like realizing the aspect of this spell. But you have another one of my type in your adventuring party. You must not hate doppelgangers as
Or that's
others
confirmed
do.
or denied.
We're collecting them like pets.
Given that he probably assumes we're all under the same effect, he's got to be really worried about that answer.
You look over and Velen is just like, her one eye is just like super wide. She just looks at you, Demivan. Scheiße, you're a doppelganger?
Oh
I
shit,
mean-
that's right.
I mean, it's pretty rude to say that about people.
I mean,
It's
don't-
kind of like he got just undressed in front of us all too. That's a little bit uncouth.
I apologize for nothing. Also,
Mhm.
why were you trying to break into the spire?
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
There's ancient tomes and artifacts and secrets within there.
I look over
I'm
at
really
Velen.
starting
while
to
he
hate
said-
that word.
Yeah, I look at Velen when he says that. Does she react?
Velen's eye gets fucking big, and she says, "We need to get into that tower." And he looks back to you and he says, "And I know how."
Welcome to the party.
You have to complete You have to complete the rite of the arcane octad outside of the spire's entrance. The steps of this ritual, they're hidden inside the mage towers dedicated to the 8 arcane schools of magic located around this city. I know
Guys,
where
we're
they are.
absolutely gonna have to win a game of chain lightning.
It's
I want you to know that.
It's gonna have to happen, yeah.
It's scavenger hunt time, is what it sounds like to me.
I can lead you there. I know what I've lived in the city for quite some time. Well, disguised as a wizard. Please, let me help you.
I look, just kind of make eye contact with everyone, looking around, and then look back to him and say, "Will you backstab us if you get a chance?"
No, I have no reason to.
I think Demovan, like, kind of coming over his instincts of there's no reason this guy from like 1,000 years ago would be after him. It's kind of like actually probably be really helpful.
Would you be willing to join us then as we do this, seeing as our goals are aligned?
Absolutely.
Out of curiosity, while we're have this going on, is anybody else here a doppelganger? And I'll just wait for everybody to respond.
Velen says, absolutely not. But,
You know how much I want to tell you yes, right?
slowly raises her hand.
Except I would know that she had failed.
You would know,
or
but Crix
succeeded.
would not.
Yeah, I'm not
having no idea.
I mean,
I'm not
raising
saying
your
anything.
hand is neither truth nor a lie. It's just an action.
Yeah, but there's intent behind it, so
Yeah,
I'm holding my tongue on any of this. This is too funny.
I'm not.
Okay, I think that just makes 2 of us. Yes.
Of us, you say.
There's that Crix.
Given this, I'll also turn over to Velen. Since I kind of inadvertently caught us all in this thing, are you planning to backstab us once you find what you're looking for?
I have no reason to. You have helped me get this far. It only is fitting that I help you get any sort of treasures and glory from this adventure as well.
Okay.
She probably also knows she can't beat us in a fight.
She looks at you. She looks at you, Cora, and she says, "That is also true. I would get my ass absolutely handed to me if I decided to turn against you."
She's seen what happens when we pull out the tape deck.
I look back at Velen. Very well. Don't take this personally, but I just wanted to make sure we're on even footing when I had the chance.
Yeah, she looks over and as we close on the session, she looks over at Xerophon and he says, "They kicked a Arcana Loth's ass like not but an hour ago. Absolutely crazy." Xerophon looks at you all and says, "Well, all right. It seems that you are pretty capable. Maybe we will actually make it into Eroth Lodeus' spire. Let's do this."
Pretty good outside.
Do all put our hands together in the middle and then do a little jump, freeze frame jump?
Yeah.
So I will say that the way Velen answered your question, Thad, she did not say.
No, she did not say no, but she also
Yeah.
said enough afterwards to make it clear she would not.
To make it clear that she thinks it would be stupid.
At this point in time, she thinks it would be stupid.
Yes. She was very deliberate with her word choice, and I think that's interesting.
Yes, I was going to, as a player, I was going to dig into that. But
Yeah.
Given the context,
well, we'll
and that,
we'll
I'm
end
not.
it here as you now exit the old jail, and you head out. And as you leave the prison, I'm gonna just call him Zero, because he's Xerophon. Zero looks over and he points at this tower in the distance. He says, "That should be our," or he does not. That's Velen's voice. "That would be our first destination. We should head there. That is the let's see if I can remember this correctly. The Tower of Abjuration. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Tower of Babel.
No, Tower of Abjuration. I hope you all studied your schools of magic. It'll help us out." And starts walking in that direction.
Also, don't be surprised when you look up and you don't see the sky or stars or anything.
Oh yeah, as he exits, he definitely takes a pause. He definitely takes a pause as he exits the building. He's just like, "Well, shit. You weren't lying. Place is a ruin." Well, fuck them.
Yes.
They were all asshole wizards anyways. Let's go.
Hell yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Velen raises her finger
give-
for a
give me a
moment, and it's
yeehaw.
just like, oh, okay. All right, cool. So we'll continue onwards. You guys, will pick up there next time. You did a good. You rescued Kingsport, the everybody's favorite albino penguin mascot.
Oh, he's absolutely our group mascot when we
Yeah.
get out of here.
And I mean,
If you
hey,
want to.
if you had, like, that Arcanoloth was an absolute dick, and he was meant to be played as an absolute dick, and you kicked the absolute shit out of that absolute dick. So good stuff. Yeah,
I feel like that's like 2 sentences away from being the Team America speech.
yeah.
We were so close.
But so I mean,
Oh.
interestingly, if there was a couple different like tactics there, I would have allowed. Like, there could have been absolutely could have been a non-violent outcome to that.
Oh yeah.
I was interested to see if you would have pursued further the idea of replacing Kingsport with the zombie with the undead researcher, because that could have been a funny option and would have been like an interesting thing. That would have been like another option that would have had a couple of series of persuasion rolls or ideas about like why that would be a better better replacement.
Also, we probably would have been the only group to have run this to have done that.
I was on board with that until he became an absolute dick. Like,
Yeah,
I
when
can
we told him it was
tolerate.
time for him to leave and he was refusing, that's when I'm like, fine. I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
be
it was
the
just-
bouncer.
It was the fact that he was abusing his.
Oh no, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
absolutely. He was a abusive and
And-
nasty dude. Like, Yugoloths are still especially Arcanoloths are extremely like prideful, like nasty fucking things. But yeah, that's hilarious that he used as one of his like most. That's actually one of his most powerful spells. Arcanoloths don't fuck around. They have,
And it, yeah, that save and it basically tickled Hyrokin.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other
Ridiculous.
spell that he had was Mind Blank, but that's not a offensive spell. That's a save yourself type of spell. Granted, I mean, obviously, if there's other things he could have done, he was gonna fucking get out of there. Like, if he had a chance for another turn, he was healthy enough when he tried to zap Hyrokin that he was, like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he would be confident enough at this point. And then fucking Demovan Omaewas him, and that was...
Demovan gonna give it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, because Arcanoloths can teleport, like, to a space they can see, like, 60 feet. Like,
Oh, isn't that like they can be like super,
evasive.
super tricky? Yeah, super tricky to deal with if they get ahead of like their own.
Yeah, so
they get ahead of the momentum. They'd be really, really
the
difficult.
instance that you dealt with one before was in Curse of Strahd, and it was when you got to the Amber Temple, and that one was specifically set up in a fucked up way where it was hiding in a statue the entire time. And
That's
so it had,
right.
it had,
Sniper tower.
yeah, it
Yeah.
had full cover, and could just yeet spells out of that statue, and like every single time it would like pop out, yeet a spell at you, and then go and hide. So you literally had to navigate across an entire room to get to it, and then try to kick its ass.
Yep. So that's the third one we fought then, because we fought one in Avernus as well.
Did we?
I can't
Or
remember.
we ran into one. It was Ballsack. Like
Oh, no, he was just taking care of Ballsack.
Yeah, we didn't fight him.
Okay, I thought we fought him.
No.
Nah, you guys
No.
ended up kind of fighting Ballsack.
Yes.
Or dealing with Ballsack. But, okay, it's past
Shame.
11. It is bedtime for, well, Derpy's half asleep.
It's bedtime for me.
All right, yeah.
Right.
Good stuff, everybody.
Night. Yep.
You dealt with that. Now you have a guide to the city. So I'm actually glad that you decided to go and check out the prison, because that was, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big value.
Good
Yep.
thing I ate that pear.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's funny how like little things like that just all kind of find their way back into the story and change things, like big impacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
I'm so happy we got a friend for the Dryad.
Yeah. The karmic counter, the dust falls off of our good side as it ticks to 1.
Hey, we did save all of 10 towns. Although I guess that was probably negated by the fact that we also saved 1 of 10 towns.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna end the stream and I'll be back in chat in a second. If you're heading out,
Yep,
Porkins,
sounds
good
good.
night, Mister. I wake up Derpy and move her or get her computer off of her lap right now. So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Right.
Good night, friends. My
Right.
leg.
Alrighty, thank you everybody for hanging out. That will be the end of the stream right now. I've been Scuznugget, your DM, for this little short romp and adventure. Tonight we had Volhana, played by my wife. She's right behind me. She's semi-conscious. Derpy Gecko, Demovan, played by Waboogie. Cora, played by Neon. Hyroken, played by Porkins. Thad, played by Mesh. Trix, played by Gastroy. We'll be back next week. More Rime of the Frostmaiden. We out.